Today, it's one of those days, whereby you asking yourself, is it real? Mixed emotions, but then through the support we got from the families, both families, my family and Monica's family, we are together in this, and we are saying today, as hard as it is, to us, we put everything in God's hand. So, yes, we will be happy, to lay him to rest. And we are praying for strength, so that we can go through this. This is the most difficult days in our lives, but we trust God.
O re ka papa ga ke sala tsena tronkong a tshwa ga ena le pantiti mana ke o beleilwa sa itse le o namela bene ha itse le o namela bene mara ke lo enda pila a fisitswe ka tronko gore na o tsene bjang I don't know. But justice anything.
The man in the video is Katlego Bereng's father. The woman in the video is his mother. It has been 3 years since they last saw their son, and they will never see him alive again. In 2022, Katlego was reported missing by his family. This after they could not get hold of him. A month later, his body, charred and unrecognizable, was found in cell 35 of Mangaung prison. Katlego had no history of violence. He was never arrested before. His mom says he was never in a police van a day in his life. However, his body was found in a maximum prison single cell. No one would claim his body. His family was never informed. No one would even make mention that he was found dead. No one cared that Katlego was not even supposed to be in that prison. A few months later, in 2023, something else happened. A famous convicted murderer and rapist was seen and snapped while shopping at a luxury mall instead of being in prison. The man was Thabo Bester, and he was living his best life with his celebrity girlfriend, Dr. Nandipha Magudumana. However, Thabo Bester died in prison. There was a full prison report. He reportedly burnt and died in cell 35 at Mangaung prison. Except for one thing. This is the same cell that Katlego was found dead in. Thabo Bester was not dead, and by the time journalists and the public made sense of all of this, Thabo Bester had long escaped the country. He would still be making headlines for years, however. He once again became an overnight sensation, a headline. Books were written about him, and millions were spent making documentaries about him, all the attention on him and his girlfriend, Dr. Nandipha. But for his victim, the man known as his body decoy, as the second Thabo Bester that died in Mangaung prison cell 35, there was nothing. Silence. His family left in the cold. No answers, no explanations, and no attention. Katlego Bereng became the man that was forgotten, an extra in Thabo Bester and his girlfriend Dr. Magudumana's story. And this is Katlego Bereng's story. Welcome to True Crime Julia. My name is Julia. Oh yes, guys, you deserve so much love. Nibahas, Lidipono. Thank you so much for holding my hand through what we are trying to do here. I do see your messages of concern, your support, the likes, the subscriptions, the motivation, all of it. I do see it. And someone asked me the other day, how am I coping with all these stories? But trust me, I see you guys as my support structure. You're always watching these videos, you do comment, you are watching the ads. So all of us here, we are together. I am strong because you guys are here. So we will be okay. I am fine, and thank you so much. So let's get into today's story.
What angered the community, he says, is the fact that it involves the people who were supposed to make sure that this person stays behind bar for life. They are the ones that are found to have been involved in the escape of the person who we now know is Thabo Bester. By the way, I see he's got an ID, but he's Thabo Bester. Only to find that it's actually Katlego Bereng. And this, he says, it It caused an outrage. And now the police have arrested the people, and he says, if this court then released them, having regard to these circumstances, that release will undermine the confidence that the community has in this court.
Imagine receiving a call that your missing son has finally been found, only to learn that his body was discovered burned inside a cell of one of South Africa's most notorious criminals, a murderer and rapist, Thabo Bester. This is the heartbreaking story of Katlego Bereng, a young father from Bloemfontein whose life came to a tragic and mysterious end. In March 2022, 31-year-old Katlego Bereng, also known by his father's surname Mpholo, suddenly went missing. At first, his family wasn't alarmed. Katlego was known to spend long stretches visiting relatives without always telling anyone. But as weeks turned into months, they started to get worried. By May 2022, his father reported him missing to the police station. They searched mosques, they searched hospitals around Bloemfontein, leaving behind his photographs and their contact details, desperately hoping for answers. Nearly a year later, in 2023, police finally contacted Katlego's mother, Monica Matsi. She was asked to undergo 2 DNA tests. Then came the devastating news. Her son was dead. But where and how? This left the family reeling. The body discovered in Thabo Bester's prison cell after a fire in May 2022, the body that was believed to be Thabo Bester himself, had now been identified as Katlego Bereng. For months, South Africans believed that Bester had died in that prison fire. But the truth was far more sinister. Authorities later revealed that Bester had faked his own death in a carefully orchestrated escape from Mangaung Correctional Center. His partner and celebrity doctor Nandipha Magudumana had allegedly helped him smuggle bodies from the Free State mortuary. One of the bodies, the third one that she collected, so she was collecting a number of bodies. One of the bodies, the third one collected, was burned inside Bester's cell. And that body, according to DNA evidence, was Katlego Bereng. But how exactly did Katlego die? That remains a troubling mystery, a question that his family is trying to still get answers from authorities. Police reports are inconsistent. One officer told the family that Katlego had collapsed in Bloemfontein city center and later died at Belonomi Hospital. Another claimed he had been injured and died at the hospital. The post-mortem report, however, tells a darker story. Katlego suffered a blunt force injury to the head before being placed in Bester's cell and set on fire. To make matters more confusing, the autopsy listed the body's height as 1.45 meters, far shorter than Katlego, who was described by family as taller and slender. Forensic experts also suggest that the error may have been caused by the burnt body being in a fetal position. Adding another layer to the mystery is the fact that Katlego lived around the block from a gentleman by the name of Senohe Matswara, a prison warden who is accused of helping Bester's escape. They say he was suddenly driving a Volkswagen T-Roc R-Line, a luxury SUV worth over 650,000 rand, allegedly bought with money linked to the prison break. For Katlego's family, the discovery has been nothing short of a nightmare. His grandmother, Alice Ralilating, raised him since childhood. She wept as she demanded answers. This had affected her health. Katlego wasn't just a name in a police report. He was a loving father of 2 young children. His babies were aged 3 and 5. He had studied to become a paramedic and most recently worked as a waiter at Spur while trying to support his family. Friends describe him as a passionate Bloemfontein Celtic fan, a man who believed in never giving up, no matter how tough life got. His best friend Katlego Siwotsa said losing him felt like losing a body part.
So bana ba gole ba sina papa ka te papa bone ne le tsotsi se tsotsi mara ba tlo bolewa yana o re ka papa ga ke sala tsena tronkong a tswa ga ena le pantiti mana ke o boleilwa sa itse le una la bene a itse le una la vene mara ke lo enda pila a fisitswe ka tronko gore na o tsene bjang I don't know. But justice anything ke tla no right ke tla heal. No, never ke heal. Never ke heal. ke sa kgone go bona go nna case ya ngwanake e tswelela yang a ke bone na o iralang ka case ya ngwanake because ke ile ko bona ka bula case ya ke seponeseng ke butse case ntse ke batlana le ngwanake ke mo kry le eng le skeleton ena ke le sapo sa tlhotse le motho this thing ke wound never fall among never fall until ke kwa gona o iretseng ka ngwana ke gone ke tla nna right no never.
So now there are so many unanswered questions. Why was Katlego chosen as the victim in Bester's escape plan? Was his death planned, or was he in the wrong place at the wrong time? And why was his family being denied a chance to view his body and lay him to rest for so long? Even today, the family struggles with grief, anger, and confusion. They demand justice. They demand the truth. The case of Katlego Bereng is more than just a footnote in Thabo Bester's escape. It is the story of a son, a father, and a friend whose life was stolen to cover up a criminal's bid for freedom. As investigations continue, one question lingers above all others. Will the Bereng family ever find closure they desperately need? And this we all ask because we can see that all eyes are on Thabo Bester and Dr. Magudumana. The books written about them, the documentaries, and of late, the Thabo Bester and Nandipha Magudumana Netflix hit documentary, all of the money that they're being paid for doing all of these things, and no one, not even a single person, is turning towards the family to ask, what is Katlego Bereng's story? Who was he? What did he want to do? Why did they even choose him? Why did they end his life? Just to make sure that a notorious criminal escapes? What do you think really happened to Katlego Bereng? Why was he targeted? Do you think they knew him before this? Or was he an unfortunate victim caught in a deadly scheme? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Are you looking forward to watching the documentary? Have you watched it? Tell us what you think about it in the comment section. I will see you guys on the next one. Please do keep safe.